What's up YouTube, Wise Guy here. First ever review video, so if you liked the video, please leave a comment in the comment section below. If I can get better, leave a comment in the comment section below. If it's absolutely trash, and I am ready for these comments, leave a comment in the comment section below. So I'm doing my first ever review on the Steelseries Arctis 7P headset. The gaming headset really made for PlayStation 5, but it also works on PlayStation 4, PC, Android phones with the USB-C slot. We'll get to that in a few. And Nintendo Switch, and it is fantastic on Nintendo Switch, and we'll get to that in a few. So, for the last 2 years, since I got back into serious gaming and going to streaming and all that kind of such, and as this journey has gone, I've actually been a HyperX guy. So, the Cloud Alphas, these have been my go-tos for a while now. These are absolutely first-class headphones to me. I love these. They're comfortable. A little bit of a clamp on it, like a medium-type clamp, but overall they're comfortable. They're reliable. These are wired normally. I took the wire out, but I unplugged the wire. But like these are wired normally. But I've used these, and these are my go-tos. This is my clutch, right? But I wanted something different for when the PlayStation 5 comes in 2 weeks, and especially with the Tempest 3D audio, I wanted something that's going to really kind of cater towards that. And so that's where these come in. Steelseries Arctis 7P. These are wireless. They're wireless. They're made with 3D audio in mind, and so they work well with the PlayStation 5 Tempest 3D audio. And I will do a follow-up review to that within the next 2-3 weeks, and we'll kind of follow up and see does this really live up to it. But we can do a quick unboxing, and here we go. So again, Steelseries Arctis 7P. Inside, if you guys can see that, you kind of see everything you get, all the contents. You get a crap ton of wires, a USB dongle, and of course, most importantly, the headset. So let's open up this bad boy. So, and they also tell you how to wear headphones in 2020. In case you do not know how to wear headphones in 2020, there is a picture diagram on how to properly wear these headphones in 2020 and beyond. Just in case, because we all know someone, right? So we take this out of the box, open the box for glory, because what else are we playing for, in all honesty? And immediately, for the first things you see, little USB dongle. This thing is absolutely clutch of how small it is. Really, I think it's, we live in an age of dongles. If you have an iPhone, you already know. But this thing is awesome for what it does. And here we go with the wire marathon, right? So you have your charge cable, USB-A to micro USB charge, your USB-A to USB-C female plug. So the dongle, if you're going to use like PS4 and such, the dongle goes right into here, and then you plug this end to your PS4, or you plug into the Nintendo Switch dock, and you have wireless headphones. And then this is interesting because I've never seen anything like this before, but your micro USB, I think it is, to your 3.5 millimeter audio plug. So if you want to listen wired, so if you want to use this as a wired headphones on a Mac, on your phone, even on an Xbox controller, you can do that. The headphones wirelessly do not work on Xbox. I have tried it. It does not work on Xbox, but it works wired, plugged into the controller, so that's kind of the workaround. The 7X, which is the Xbox Series X, Series S version of it, they work on everything. Sure. It's just all that's on brand for what Sony has done this entire PS5 release cycle. And then for the main event, the Arctis 7P wireless. These are class headphones. I love the color scheme first and foremost because it is that PlayStation 5 white and blue. It's very distinct for the PS5, so you kind of know, you pretty much know off the bat that this is going to be for the PS5. It plays with the Steam. It's going to pair really well just visually. So going to it, you have a metal band, very sturdy, very premium, right? Plastic cups. The cushions, these are very plush cushions, good for long-term gaming. Mesh kind of exterior, so the leather, sometimes when it warms up, the leather gets kind of like, you're sweating, whatever. It gets kind of disgusting. At least these will stay on your head pretty well. And the interesting part, instead of like wired, like an extended band, it actually has this little ski band thing, which it acts as an adjustment. The ski band, it kind of lets the headset kind of float on your head, right? So you put it on, and pretty much like you have like space for the main band itself, and then these just stay on. You don't really feel, the clamp is like a light medium type clamp. It's not super tough at all. These are low key noise canceling in a way. And to me, in a sense, these are very secure in your head. When it's on full sound, you can't hear anything around you, and it's absolutely awesome. You get fully immersed, and these are just great. So detail-wise, so you press this little button on. You guys can see that, and you have your power. So kind of going from the main function. So you have your mute button. If you guys can see that at all. Let's see if we can zoom in on this. You guys only see my face. So you have your mute button here, and the cool part about the mute button is when your headphones are muted, you have this little light on your mic, little light in your microphone. We'll get to that in a second, but lets you know that the headphones are muted. Your volume control. This is where that little micro USB plug will go in for wired audio. This is interesting because it could act like an aux port. But you can also share your audio through these headphones. So you have your friend next to you, and you both wearing headphones. Get a little aux cable, plug one end here, plug the other end into the other end, and you're sharing the audio you're getting, and that's pretty clutch. Charge plug, which is micro USB, and then your mic, which is retractable, because some people tend to lose their mics somehow. People tend to lose their mics, and so with this, you just pull it out, bada bing, right? Mic works really well. The mic works. Quality-wise, I'm not the biggest fan of the mic. I think for the price point, we'll get to that. The mic could have been a bit better, but again, personal preference. I'm not big on the mic, but again, the mic is pretty good. It is fairly clear. You kind of sound like an air traffic controller, sound-wise. You guys can look up a ton of other reviews for the sound on that, but yeah, the mic quality isn't terrible. It could be better, in my opinion. It could be a lot clearer. But yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. On the other side, you have this little notch right here, which is called side tone. And the side tone is your mic monitor. So if you want to hear your voice and see how good and or bad you sound, hopefully better than I sound in this video right now, put it all the way up. If you don't need to hear yourself, put it all the way down. You can incrementalize it however much you need to. With the dials, they're not as detailed. So like if you want an exact volume, whatever, you might be going a little bit too high, a little bit too low. You kind of gotta make your peace with it. Same with the side tone. So it's not as notched or not as incrementalized, I guess, for lack of a better term, as it could be. But otherwise, these are pretty good. Sound-wise, most importantly, these are absolutely fantastic. Highs come in great, mids come in great, lows come out pretty well. My only gripe with these is that the bass could be a lot better. Granted, these are 40mm drivers. The HyperX has 50, and for my editing and any kind of film I do use Beats Studio 3, and Beats are known for their bass. So I'm used to high bass, but again, that's kind of more of a personal preference. I wish the bass was a little bit higher, but again, that's just me. I've used this on a couple games. I tested this like on Rogue Company. I've tested this on Forza Motorsport 7, FIFA, Ghost of Tsushima, Call of Duty, and overall these sound great, right? I've tested this on the PS4. I've tested this on the Switch. I've even found ways to test it on the Xbox One through the wired audio through the controller, and really sound-wise these came out great. 3D audio, again, we're going to see what happens when the PS5 comes out and see how it plays well with the Tempest 3D audio. But from my experience using 3D type audio or 3D type audio setting on Hellblade last night, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, I thought the 3D aspect of it was actually really cool. It really like enhanced surround sound. You could hear the whispers and the voices in your head and all that shit in the game. I thought that was great. I thought that was kind of cool. It was really immersive. I thought that was pretty fantastic. Next, I want to get to the price point. Quick disclaimer: Steelseries did not send these to me. It would have been nice if they sent these to me, but they did not. I'm not sponsored by anybody. Again, this is my first ever YouTube review. And it was, depending how the comments go, because we all know the internet, this could be my last YouTube review. So we'll see. I think 150 is a bit too high on these. I think 120 is a much better price point. I know $30 sounds like no difference, but I do feel like at a 120 range, it is a perfect value at 120. Some of the headphones they have are $100, and they're pretty much very similar to these. I feel like 150 is just a bit high, and again, to me, that's just because of the lack of bass it gets, and you don't have that boom in a lot of the sound. But other than that, and the microphone could be a lot clearer, in my opinion, voice-wise. I just feel like you have that air traffic controller, airline pilot kind of sound, that kind of like vocal type feedback when you listen to your mic. But again, that's just my view on it. All those things are very minor. They're very minor and more personal preference. But in the overall, these are fantastic headphones. I do recommend these. If you're looking for an alternative for the Pulse 3D audio headset, I fully recommend these. These also look the part. These are much more comfortable than the Pulse 3D. I've had Pulse headphones in the past, and wow, they've been meh to me. I haven't been a big fan of them. But again, personal preference. So again, Steelseries Arctis 7P works in everything but Xbox, kind of. Xbox is really more, if you wire it, you're good to go. So yeah, if you like the review, please leave a follow. If any advice or anything, leave a comment in the comment section below. All advice is appreciated. If I'm trash, leave a comment in the comment section below. I am mentally preparing myself for that, because we just know how YouTube works and the internet works nowadays. And again, if you're looking for a good stream, fb.gg/wiseguy24. Every follow matters for small streamers like myself and such. So we will do a few more reviews. The DualSense comes in tomorrow, I believe. That'll be good. We'll do a first impression with that, how that feels and everything. And we have a bunch of next gen stuff coming up. So thank you again for the watch, and I will catch you guys soon.